Welcome back. I'm Julie Steelman with Momentum to Millions podcast for my beautiful women entrepreneurs, coaches, and speakers over 50. We are on the prosperous feminine pathway to extraordinary impact and income. And today I want to talk to you about overcoming money blocks that are keeping you from setting profitable pricing. How many of you can relate to that, right? You can just raise your hand between you and me, because every one of my clients has had an issue with this. What do I charge? I don't know how to price. And so pricing is an actual intimate and personal thing to do. So the first thing I want to tell you about pricing is that we think about price in terms of how much someone's going to pay us. And so we sit and imagine projecting ourselves into their wallet, right? Of it landing when you say $5,000 or $10,000 or $500 and them going, ugh, right? And so you imagine yourself in their world, in their money story. And so what happens is a lot of women end up grossly undercharging and not understanding that subconsciously you're setting low prices, one, so you don't get judged. Oh my God, she's a gouger. Oh my God, who does she think she is, right? Or two, you don't feel confident at enrollment. So you set low prices because you want them to perceive it as a no-brainer, right? Do you feel busted right now? Yeah, that's how that happens. Here's the thing though. I can never talk you out of your money story, and I can never talk you into your value and your worth. What I can tell you about pricing is that it's a reflection of the commitment you want someone to have, right? You want someone committed. I require committed clients. My time is valuable. I have a lot of choices for my time, and I offer seven-figure advice, no question about it. And I want people who will integrate and implement. I don't want therapy sessions. I love my women and I love my clients. And I've really seen that the more I charge, the more they dig in and do the work. And that's what I want for them. And that's what I'm holding for them. So here's the thing about pricing. If you want to be able to confidently set your pricing, which I'm going to unpack in detail in my 5-day Fiercely Feminine Sales Formula training, which you can register for below, and I would love to have you there, is that it's all reliance on you got to know what you're selling and you got to know what results you can deliver. Because the key shift about pricing isn't about what you're charging them. It's about the value they're willing to step into. This is a whole mindset shift, because when we're in scarcity thinking and we've projected ourselves into our client's wallet or their world, all of a sudden we go into scarcity thinking. We go into what we think their money stories might be and how it might land. And we assume that, right? And so our money block becomes other people will judge me, or other people experience what I do, or other people struggle with money like I do, or other people don't give themselves permission to invest like I do. And so all of a sudden we're empathizing with their money story. So you set your pricing based on that, right? Yeah. Ouch. I know. I know. It's okay. Take a breath. Because here's the thing. Would you be willing to actually sit with yourself and own the transformation that you bring, the value that you bring? When someone asks you a question, you have a potent, powerful answer. When someone's stuck on something, you know how to facilitate and help them through it, in it, and out of it. Would you be willing to look at what is the value that contributes to someone else and name that result and name that value? You set your pricing based on the value you deliver and how tied that is to the result they want. And you also look at what it's costing them to not have what they want. The more expensive that problem is, The more intense that problem is, the more urgent someone feels they need to resolve it, the more you can charge. And I've always said this, and I always said this in corporate, and I always said it to my team that I ran at Microsoft when we were launching MSN, is you can charge what you can sell. I know someone that gets $20,000 an hour, but he can sell it and he has the chops to back it up. But he only wants to work with 5 people a year, right? So he can command that kind of money. And he just went out in the world and decided it. And I've been telling you that money loves intentional clarity. And that's really, really true. So when you're clear about the value you deliver and you can do that successfully in an enrollment call, share that, paint that picture, and show people that successfully in an enrollment call, then they want that value. They will find the money. I have a funny story. Years ago when I lived in LA, there's this incredible woman. She was Hollywood based. She worked with all the celebrities. So you had to be introduced to her. And she did my hair. And it was this little secret little location in Hollywood. There's no address. You had to know where it was. And I would go. And she had this young man working for her. He looked like a model and he was gorgeous. And he was trying to get into the acting industry. And he was always just very diligent in his work. And he only made tip money, for like washing our hair and supporting her. And one day he came in with a big tattoo that said Superman on his arm. And we all looked at him, started talking to him, and he sat down on the floor and he said, "There's something I need to tell you all that I haven't been telling you the truth." He said, "I live on the street. I have a bank account and I have a phone, and that's all I have. I sleep in a tent and I shower in the public restroom, sticking my head under the faucet." And he said, "All of you helped me get this tattoo, and I've saved for 3 years to have $250 to get this tattoo." And so this story is about desire. It's about if someone really wants it, they can find the means, they can find the way, they can find the money. And I'll never forget his story. I had no idea he lived on the street. I had no idea that he begged for money and he begged for food. No idea at all. He didn't present that way and he didn't show it. And eventually we got him into a job, we got him into an apartment, we got him a car, we did all of that and made it happen. So he ended up being great. But I never forget that he didn't go negotiate with the tattoo artist and say, "Give me a $50 tattoo." He said, "I want that, and I'm going to find the money to get it done." And so we have to remember that it's not our responsibility how a client will figure out how to pay us, but it's our responsibility to price our programs confidently so that clients get the result they want. That the number of dollars you get paid has a lot to do with how much you show up and has a lot to do with how much they show up. When you think about your dream clients, those are those people. When you're both dug in because you're committed because you know how much they're paying you, and they're committed because they know how much they're paying, you form a bond and a unity that a lot can get done. So the way to overcome your money blocks is to stop projecting yourself into someone else's wallet and stop looking at it as a cost and start looking at your pricing as a reflection of value. This is a money mindset shift. It is key. It is core. It directly relates to your ability to excel at enrollment, which is the mother skill. All the front end stuff doesn't matter if you can't be good at enrollment, but you have to be able to put a stake in the ground for your pricing, price confidently, price in a way that you make money and you get to keep some. Okay. No more undercharging and overgiving. Can we pinky swear that that is done? Right. So this is one step on the journey. And if you want to know more about how to actually set your confident pricing that reflects the true value that you offer, register below for my 5-day Fiercely Feminine Sales Formula training. And I'm going to spend a whole day on talking to you about this, and you can walk out with your pricing. with a sisterhood behind you that sees your value, that says, go do it. Okay. So this is how you give yourself a raise. I want you to get that key mindset shift of stop looking at them as you're giving them a cost. And instead, you're stating a value and requiring commitment. Got it? All right. That's how we confidently overcome those money blocks so you can set the right pricing for you. I'm Julie Steelman. This is the Momentum to Millions podcast. We love and adore you and can't wait to hear from you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay fiercely feminine.